I am Kierstin Jenkins. My passage comes from Dickens Bleak House, chapter 29. In this passage, Mr. Guppy confronts Lady Dedlock to reveal Esther's heritage. This passage is important because the reader learns through Mr. Guppy that Lady Dedlock is Esther's mother. Your ladyship is acquainted with the name of Hawdon? I have heard it before. Name of any collateral or remote branch of your ladyship's family? No. Now, your ladyship, says Mr. Guppy, I come to the last point of the case, so far as I have got it up. It's going on, and I shall gather it up closer and closer as it goes on. Your ladyship must know, if your ladyship don't happen by any chance to know already, that there was found dead at the house of a person named Crook, near Chancery Lane, some time ago, a law writer in great distress, upon which law writer there was an inquest, in which law writer was an anonymous character, his name being unknown. But your ladyship, I have discovered very lately that the law writer's name was Hawdon. And what is that to me? Aye, your ladyship, that's the question. Now, your ladyship, a queer thing happened after that man's death. A lady started up, a disguised lady, your ladyship, who went to look at the scene of action and went to look at his grave. She hired a cross-sweeping boy to show it to her. If your ladyship would wish to have the boy produced in corroboration of this statement, I can lay my hand upon him at any time. The wretched boy is nothing to my lady, and she does not wish to have him produced. Oh, I assure your ladyship, it is a very queer start indeed, says Mr. Guppy. If you was to hear him tell about the rings that sparkled on her fingers when she took her glove off, you'd think it quite romantic. There are diamonds glittering on the hand that holds the screen. My lady trifles with the screen and makes them glitter more, again with that expression which in other times might have been so dangerous to the young man of the name of Guppy. It was supposed, your ladyship, that he left no rag or scrap behind him by which he could possibly be identified. But he did. He left a bundle of old letters. The screen still goes, as before. All this time her eyes never once release him. They were taken and secreted, and tomorrow night, your ladyship, they will come into my possession. Still, I ask you, what is this to me? Your ladyship, I conclude with that, Mr. Guppy rises. If you think there's enough in this chain of circumstances put together in the undoubted strong likeness of this young lady to your ladyship, which is a positive fact for a jury, and her having been brought up by Miss Barbary, and Miss Barbary stating Miss Summerson's real name to be Hawdon, and your ladyship's knowing both these names very well, and then Hawdon's dying as he did, to give your ladyship a family interest in going further into the case, I will bring these papers here. I don't know what they are, except that they are old letters. I have never known them in my possession yet. I will bring those papers here as soon as I get them, and go over them for the first time with your ladyship. I have told your ladyship my object. I have told your ladyship that I should be placed in a very disagreeable situation if any complaint was made, and all is in strict confidence. Is this the full purpose of the young man of the name of Guppy, or has he any other? Do his words disclose the length, breadth, depth of his object and suspicion in coming here, or if not, what do they hide? He is a match for my lady there. She may look at him, but he cannot look at the table and keep that witness box of his from telling anything. You may bring the letters, says my lady, if you choose. Your ladyship is not very encouraging, upon my word and honour, says Mr. Guppy, a little injured. You may bring the letters, she repeats in the same tone, if you please. It shall be done. I wish your ladyship good day. On a table near her is a rich bauble of a casket, barred and clasped like an old strong chest. She, looking at him still, takes it to her and unlocks it. Oh, I assure your ladyship, I am not actuated by any motives of that sort, says Mr. Guppy, and I couldn't accept anything of the kind. I wish your ladyship good day, and am much obliged to you all the same. So the young man makes his bow and goes downstairs, where the supercilious Mercury does not consider himself called upon to leave his Olympus by the hall fire to let the young man out. As Sir Leicester basks in his library and dozes over his newspaper, is there no influence in the house to startle him, not to say, to make the very trees at Chesneywold fling up their knotted arms, the very portraits frown, the very armour stir? No. Words, sobs, and cries are but air. An air is so shut in and shut out throughout the house and town that sounds need be uttered, trumpet-tongued indeed, by my lady in her chamber, to carry any faint vibration to Sir Leicester's ears, and yet this cry is in the house, going upward from a wild figure on its knees. Oh, my child, not dead in the first hours of her life, as my cruel sister told me, but sternly nurtured by her after she had renounced me and my name? Oh, my child, oh, my child.